Well, I thoroughly enjoyed today's event. I was dreading having to come and speak in front of a very seasoned astrophysicist, as Mr. Zelstar today, but that went down all right. He's a very genuine, nice person, and he explained, everything he wanted to tell us in such a beautiful way. He almost got me, wanting to go back to school and learning physics all over again. So I think, judging from the reactions in the hall, I think overall everyone was very, very interested and motivated by what he was saying. And I hope that I might have contributed a little bit as well, in my speech, maybe to getting some people interested in learning languages as well. I'm not too sure. Time will tell. But it was overall, I think so far, it's really nice. Also, the food was really good. For once, I didn't get any chilies in it. Yeah, okay. Very positive. It has been found that unlike any other language, Arabic shares one or more characteristics with every language which has been studied in comparison to it to date. On the other hand, Arabic also possesses certain qualities which are unique to it, which are not found in other languages. If we study just this simple fact, that languages move from relative complexity to relative simplicity, it would stand to reason that the language which has the most roots, therefore, must be the oldest one. Because roots will be shed along the way. As the language moves towards simplicity, instead of using the roots it already had, it starts making composites. It starts using prefixes, suffixes to make new words. When we say that Arabic possesses something like 200,000 roots, compare that to 2,000 in Sanskrit, there is no comparison anymore. So it shows that Arabic is much more archaic and conservative than Sanskrit, for example. I think that the field of linguistics severely lacks a Muslim presence. In Western linguistics, at least. I know there have been linguists, of course, throughout the history of Islam, but they're not highlighted and they're not read very much by the rest of the world. It's probably the language barrier that is prohibitive. So in Western philology and linguistics, I think that there's a lot of scope and a great need for our youth to get involved in these fields. It's interesting that biblical scholars also admit, sometimes grudgingly so, that without Arabic, a study of the ancient Hebrew in biblical texts would be impossible. Many words, and the reason is that many words whose original roots were already absent in most ancient Hebrew texts, and which appear only once in the biblical text. Imagine, you're studying the Bible, there's a word which only appears once. You no longer have its root, so you don't know what it means. So where do they go to find the meaning? Arabic. Because Arabic has preserved it. So without Arabic, a thorough knowledge of Arabic and Arabic grammar and lexicons, you cannot even study the Bible, the biblical texts. That's a fact. So here we see Hebrew with its paucity of root words could not have given birth to Arabic with a super rich supply of root words. That's impossible. It's always the other way around. But the outcome of proving that all languages ultimately derive from one source is a strongly uniting force for mankind, and that's why we're so adamant about it. It unites mankind. It's a good thing that there should be one language, and who cares which one it is? But if there's a uniting language that unites mankind, everyone can say we have something in common. Now we know we're genetically related, we're also linguistically related as well. It's an extra thing which can unite us, is it not? But also, theologically speaking, by the way, it also attracts our attention to the reason why the only divine book which truly proclaims its message to be universal and where God addresses people saying, Ya ayyuhan nas, O mankind, this is a message to you from your Lord. That's the only book on earth which says that. It doesn't say, O children of Israel. It doesn't say, O people of the Aryavarta, like the Vedas do. It says, O mankind. So this should be revealed in Arabic, which is the mother of all tongues, and now makes sense. Because nobody can say, oh, I have nothing to do with that language. Well, you do. Your language comes from it, ultimately. That group of people came through Arabia, and they carried Arabic with them. But once they left the Arabian Peninsula, their roots were no longer preservable, so they lost them. They changed them. But in Arabia, they remained. They did not change. So with this, the, I, iyai, and intaha, the brief story, istar, of Arabic, the mother or mum, of all languages, lughat, on earth, ard. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. All praise belongs to Allah, the Lord of all the worlds. Jazakumullah.